edition of the Grid Trend Multiplier, and in this video I'm going to be talking specifically about the multiplier effect. This effect is very much misunderstood by a number of traders, and hopefully at the end of this video you'll have a much better feel of the immense power of this multiplier effect. So when we trade the grid trend multiplier system, we divide the market into a grid of, in this case, it's equally spaced lines, and the objective of that is really just to create a structure for our transactions. And in effect, what we're going to be doing in this particular case is I'll be showing an example of a buy and sell strategy being used, and what that does is that it catches every single movement from one grid line to the next grid line. If the price travels from one grid line to the next grid line, it will cash in as it touches the other grid line. If it travels back, it will cash in. So any particular movement that happens on this particular grid will be cashed in on every touch of any of these grid lines. Now, just looking at this particular one that I've set up right now, I know, for instance, that there have been 1,000 cash in transactions happening in this particular one we're looking at. So the price has traveled from one grid line to another grid line and activated a cash in 1,000 times. And this will become clearer as we go along. But this is the basis of the grid trend multiplier system, is dividing the price chart into grids and then having settings whereby every single transaction gets cashed in. No matter which direction it moves, there's a cash in. Now the effect of this is that the successful transaction gets cashed in, but the unsuccessful transaction remains open. So when you're trading this particular system, you build up a stock of open transactions and closed transactions, and the value of the open transactions hopefully will become smaller relative to the cashed in transactions, and we'll see that in a live example later on. So let's move on. This is the same chart in a slightly different format, but essentially what happened is we started trading the euro yen on the buy and sell basis around about the 11th of March, and the market has trended sideways in a range of about 340 pips. Now 340 pips is quite high if you look at the ranges of the market of all the currencies over the last 6 months. So it's a reasonable range that traded in. The price has gone up and down and created a lot of open trades, but also created a lot of closed trades. So let's go and have a look at the actual trading accounts that will give us the results of this trading, this particular section under the grid trend multiplier system. Okay, this is the grid trend multiplier website, and I'm on a page which is used for testing the non-directional grid trend multiplier approach. It is a new approach. It's only about 2 months old. We have been testing it internally at Expert Forex, but we have then set open to be tested by our existing owners, and they have been testing it over the last month or so. The results can be found on a table. You can extend the table. There are about 50 results there, and this particular page can be found on our website under articles, and it's the first article, testing the non-directional grid. So what I'm showing you is live and available after you've watched the video. Now what I'm going to go down, I'm going to scroll down to the actual account, the main account that I've been using to test the grid trend multiplier system, and in order to do that we've opened a buy account and we have opened a sell account. And why we did that was that the grid trend multiplier has been upgraded recently to do this automatically as one EA. Before I had to run a buy EA and a seller EA separately to get the same effect. So we've automated that recently. But essentially, if you look at this area here, we have the buy account, and the buy account has cashed in over $4,700 worth of transactions. It only has open accounts of 500, so it's made a nice gain there. We've been going for about 54 days, and we're doing about 10 trades a day. That's the buy account only. Those are the key areas we need to look at here. And then if you look down at the sell account, more or less the same statistics. We've closed $4,600 worth of trades, slightly higher floating balance of 1,200, so still a nice gain of over $3,400. Again, roughly 10 trades a day. Now, to see the actual trades that have happened, you just click on orders, and it will show, in this case, you can see open orders. There are 14 open orders, and there's the balance that we're looking at right now. Then if you click on closed orders, it will give you the list of all the closed orders. Now, there are 514 closed orders, and there's the value of the closed orders in dollars and in pips. So it's more, the dollars, the pips are slightly higher than the dollars. So that's how you find out the history of the trading that's happened. You look at the closed orders and the open orders. So let's go and look at a summary of those results. So the buy account had 526 closed trades. The sell account had 514 closed trades, and the total is just over 1,040 closed trades. Now, the buy account has 10 open trades at the moment, and the sell account has 14 open trades at the moment. So in total, there are 24 open trades, which also means that the price has traveled through 24 price levels during this trading period. Now, if you then say, all right, 1,040 closed trades and it's only traveled through 24 price levels, the average trade per price level, therefore, is 43 times. So in other words, you divide that, the 1,040 by 24, and you get 43 times on average. So in other words, the price has revisited the same price level 43 times on average over those 24 price levels. So some of the price levels will have had over 100 revisits, and some will most probably only have 20 or 10. But on average, that is the power of the multiplier. The multiplier multiplies your gains because of the fact that the same price level gets visited over and over again. Very important concept. Forex traders that trade one trade at a time battle a bit to grasp the concept of having open trades and cashed in trades, and then just letting it run freely over a particular range. But that is the strength of the multiplier. Now, that multiplier strength allows you to trade without stops, because we're actually trading without stops, because we're relying on this number of cashed in deals as a result of revisiting. So in the beginning, it will be quite low. We've been going for roughly 8 weeks. So in 8 weeks, it has done 43 revisits of the price level. Pretty dynamic, and you have to give the system a lot of time for the same price levels to be revisited over and over again. If this happens, let's have a look at the profitability that happens. So on the buy side, we've had closed deals of 4.7, open deals of 500. So our gain, you've got to take the open deals out. Our gain is 4,291. On the sell side, the closed deals were 4,678, and the open deals were 1,231, and therefore the gain is a little bit lower, 3,447, making it a total gain of 7,738, which is roughly, and it's most probably closer to 8,000 pips in 8 weeks. So that's an average of 1,000 pips a week. Pretty powerful stuff, and it's all as a result of the multiplier effect, closing more deals then is needed to finance the open deals. That is the whole crux of the grid trend multiplier system. Right, so the purpose of this video was purely to give you an appreciation and understanding of how the grid trend multiplier works and how this multiplier creates this ability to create quite above average returns on your Forex trading. In future videos, we're going to be covering risk management aspects of this trading technique and a few other aspects such as account sizing and things like that. So from me, Alex Deploy, thanks for watching and cheerio.